This is the Australian stock market closing report for Monday the 30th of May 2016. There were few leads after a shortened trading session in the US on Friday night due to the commencement of the Memorial Day long weekend. However, commentary from the Federal Reserve Chairman Yellen regarding the potential for a Fed funds rate hike saw the July Fed Fund futures probability move up from 55% to 62%, which strengthened the US dollar, resulting in commodity-related sector weakness, which carried over in today's Australian session. The ASX 200 index closed flat 2 points higher or 0.04% to 5,408. The day's trading range was 24 points, with the high of the session at 5,415 and the low of the session at 5,391. Market breadth was significantly positive, with 125 advancing stocks versus 56 declining stocks and 19 stocks unchanged. The All Ords Gold Industry group was the weakest sector, falling 3.05%. Resolute Mining led the components to the downside, closing lower 11.35%. Perseus Mining was down 10.7%, and Silver Lake Resources was down 9.8%. The metals and mining sector was also off in today's trading, 1.09%. Oceana Gold Corporation was down 6.6%, Pilbara Minerals was down 6.4%, and Northern Star Resources was lower by 5.8%. The resource bellwethers BHP Billiton and Rio Tinto both closed negative. BHP Billiton was down 13 cents or 0.67% to $19.24, and Rio Tinto was down 6 cents or 0.13% to $44.77. The financial sector was flat on the session, with the big four banks all closing in the red. ANZ was down 16 cents or 0.62% to $25.69. The Commonwealth Bank was lower by 72 cents or 0.91% to $78.18. National Australia Bank was down 5 cents or 0.18% to $27.25. And Westpac was down 10 cents or 0.32% to $30.88. The consumer discretionary sector was higher by 0.52%, with Village Roadshow higher by 4.4%, Retail Food Group up 3.2%, and Trade Me Group up 2.3%. The energy sector demonstrated relative strength to the overall benchmark index, closing up 0.69%, with liquefied natural gas leading the pack higher 6.5%. Wally Parsons was up 3.1%, and Origin Energy closed higher 1.6%. In economic news, the Australian Bureau of Statistics today released the Business Indicators Report for the month of March. The report indicated that company gross operating profits in the March quarter came in much weaker than consensus expectations, down 4.7%, and in the 12 months to March, gross operating profits were down 8.4%. with most of the weakness attributed to the mining sector-related exports, which have been in contraction for the past 8 quarters. Wages and salaries came in at a seasonally adjusted rate of 0.6% for the March quarter, and in the 12 months to March, wages and salaries had increased 3.5%. Wholesale trade expanded to 3.2% seasonally adjusted, and manufacturing contracted slightly 0.3% seasonally adjusted for the March quarter. In further economic news, MasterCard released its latest Spending Pulse report, indicating that retail sales fell 0.1% in April. However, on a year-on-year basis, seasonally adjusted retail sales expanded 2.8%. In the category of household consumer goods, sales grew 2.4%, closing sales were higher 0.4%, and department store sales were up 1.1%. The 5 most active stocks were Qantas Airways with a volume of 32.67 million, Fortescue Metals with 14.66 million, Telstra Corporation with 14 million, Spotless with 11.04 million, and Beach Energy with a volume of 10.65 million shares changing hands. The 5 best performers were liquefied natural gas, up 6.5%, Spotless higher by 5.5%, Select Harvests higher by 5.2%, Village Roadshow up 4.4%, and National Storage Real Estate Investment Trust up 3.8%. The 5 worst performers were ALS down 7.1%, Northern Star Resources down 5.8%, Bellamy's Australia down 4.3%, Blackmore's off 4.1%, and Evolution Mining down 3.85%. The Australian dollar is currently flat in the Asian session at 71.75 US cents. The yield on the Australian 10-year government bond is 2.285%. Spot gold is lower by 0.9% to $1,206 US dollars, and crude oil is trading relatively flat, down 6 cents to 49.27 US dollars. This has been the Australian Stock Market Closing Report for Monday the 30th of May 2016, and I've been your host, Aaron First. I'll see you again next time.